Welcome to LSN presented by LHS. Freshman phenomenon, Rylan Jones.
Made strides in 3A this year, leading Logan to be one of the top scoring teams in 3A and also a playoff contender.
I wasn't really sure what to expect of Rylan this year. As a freshman, he came in with some pretty good accolades and some hype, but he was above and beyond what I expected to have. He was able to do things offensively and defensively. Many times other teams thought that they could exploit him defensively because he's a freshman. They thought he might not understand the game and positioning and angles, and he would just make them look silly. Rylan is unbelievably smart. Offensively, he could do it all. He shot the ball from outside, and as soon as he would do that, people would come out to get him, and he would go right by him and still somehow find a way to be able to score amongst the trees, so to speak. He was unbelievable that way.
This is what other coaches had to say about Rylan. At first glance, you never suspect that the boyish figure you were looking at was one of the best basketball players in the state. Not just 3A, but the state. Only a freshman, he plays with the poise, calm, and confidence of the most seasoned senior. It is uncanny how Rylan can handle the basketball with either hand, will lull you to sleep, and find a way to score at the basket with your biggest and best defenders draped all over him. If you think you can back off and take away his drive, he will shoot the three ball with the accuracy of an Army Ranger. It appeared he would often toy with teams until the game was in question, and then he would take over and beat you in a myriad of ways. He's extremely mentally tough and has an awareness and understanding of the game that most do not, regardless of age. In my opinion, as an opposing coach, Rylan is as talented offensively as any player we have encountered in many years.
That's very impressive. Do you think that he could become the greatest basketball player ever in Logan High history?
I definitely think he could, but there are some amazing players in Logan High's history he's going to have to pass.
Arguably the best Logan High player of all time so far is Robert Luriski. We interviewed science teacher George Durst, who was his classmate at LHS.
This is a great opportunity to be able to talk about Robert Luriski. He was known to us as Lau. He was a three-sport athlete. He played football, great football player, defensive end, also used as a receiver. He played basketball, which he got All-State, and that's where he went on to Utah State and went into the pros. And he also played baseball. And so I had the opportunity of being in all three sports with Robert Luriski, or Lau. Coach Rod Tueller was our coach. And with Coach Tueller, his wife, of course, was over the Tueller's dance. And so Robert, as he was growing up, was taking ballet lessons. And that's how he got to be a little more coordinated. Robert was one of those that when it came to basketball, he was outstanding in jump shots, hook shots. His hook shot was phenomenal. Defensively, he could just move and do anything he wanted to do. Robert Luriski was probably the greatest athlete that I have seen through all the years.
He was Mr. Basketball in the state of Utah, and he has the most points per game, and it's still standing to this day as a Logan High record. He had 41 points in a single game, 31 rebounds in a single game, and he played at Utah State on the All-Century team. He had 13 professional seasons in Europe and in the NBA.
The next player he will probably have to pass is Charles Abuo. We talked to Coach Jeff Brimhall, who coached him in his career at Logan High.
Charles Abuo is one of the greatest players ever come through Logan High for a number of reasons. Probably the biggest and most impressive to me is I had the opportunity to coach him, is his work ethic. I've never seen anybody work as diligently and as intensely as he worked over his 4 years of high school, continuing that on into college ball and now professionally. That's what originally sets Charles apart, on top of the fact that he was basically a freak athlete. When he was younger, he didn't shoot real well outside, but he was able to score inside. As he got older, he was able to develop his mid-range game and could also shoot consistently from beyond the arc. So Charles is very balanced, but his sheer physical nature and intensity that he brought to the game made a difference for his team, made a difference for him, and set him apart Charles is to me, he's a family member. He's a great friend. We stay in contact, monthly, and just exciting player to be around.
Wow, Dunk City.
Yeah, he was an amazing athlete. He was the 2007 3A MVP, and he scored 22 points per game, 10 rebounds per game, averaging a double-double. He also had 3 steals per game, and a school record 10 single-game steals. He went on to play at BYU and is the most winning player in school history with 113 wins. Now he's playing in the Spanish League professionally.
One more player we have to talk about is Tyler Brimhall. We talked to his dad to get a little more insight on him.
Tyler Brimhall, obviously my son, from the time he was young, had a passion for playing the game. He would go in and just shoot hoops. When we were on one end of the court, he'd run out on the other end and shoot. He'd sit on the end of the bench when he was a little kid. Coming over to Logan High, playing as a freshman, was fortunate enough to play for 4 years and had a great career. Broke the scoring record, first person to go over 1,000 points in a career. Well, I could just watch as a dad, and we could go home and talk about the games and enjoy his career. But Tyler, again, was very passionate. Tyler was an extremely competitive individual on the court, off the court. He wanted to win. If you look at all these players that we're discussing here, they all have that unique characteristic as they're competitors. And no matter what they're doing, they want to be the best at it. And Tyler was like that. He still is like that. Charles is like that. And I'm fortunate enough to coach both of those athletes and to see them from a young age develop into who they are right now.
Wow. Tyler owns the school record of career points with 1,354 and career threes with 178. He averaged 19.6 points per game, 6.3 rebounds per game, and a game where he had 8 3-points in a single game. Now he's playing at the University of Idaho, a D1 school.
Now let's talk about Rylan. What does he have to do to become the best player in Logan High history? This year, he's first-team All-State. He averaged 19.7 points per game, with setting the single-season record of Logan High with 511 points. He also had 71 three-pointers, leading the state and another school record. He finished the season with 69 steals, first in the state, and also first in the state in assists with 105.
We talked to Rylan and got the secret of his success.
Ever since I was a little kid, 2-3 years old, always played basketball my whole life. I don't really have any pregame rituals, but just make 15 shots inside the key, make 10 free throws, and then make 15 threes. That's what I do before games. Typical day in the summer for shooting is I make 300 to 500 shots, game speed every day. Win state championship at Logan High and go on to play Division I basketball at somewhere, and then play professionally.
Career points at Logan High, the highest is 1,354. Rylan is projected to be at 2,044 points. He stays on track. For career assists, Logan High is sitting at 180 assists as its high, and Rylan is projected to surpass that by quite a bit, getting to 420.
The Logan High record for career three-pointers is 178. Rylan's projected to get 284. Career steals in Logan High record is 124. Rylan's projected to double that, getting 276.
Really, if you just look at that stat board, he seems to blow out all of those records.
He's going to have to work hard to become the best player in history, but I think he definitely will.
If he continues to do what he did this year, throughout his career at Logan High School, he will become the greatest player ever to play at Logan High School. Just statistically, the amount of points he scored, his assists, his steals, he was top of the charts in everything, all those categories in the state in 3A classification. It's just a matter of continuing to do what he does. But now think about this, when he grows, I mean, he's only a freshman. If he continues to grow and get stronger, the sky's the limit for this guy.
And that will conclude it for LSN tonight. Thank you for watching.